Happy Saturn Day. It's the Lucky Libra in the building, the hood pastor, the hood guru, Saturn's favorite nephew. Shout out to the big homie. Shout out to the OG. Y'all need to learn to put some respect on his name. It's 2024. Y'all still be disrespecting Saturn. He the reason you got money in your pockets right now. He the reason your rent and your mortgage paid. Because you had to take your flimsy self to work, right? You had to go to work to make some so you could pay some. He also the reason why you broke. You might be broke right now because you ain't using Saturn energy. So in some type of shape or form, y'all better learn to honor that man. All right. So put some respect on his name. Shout out to all my Aquariuses in the building. All right. Shout out to my Aquarius sons. We are now entering part 2 of Saturn season. All right, y'all. But we entering Aquarius season with a bang. Let's talk about it. One of the biggest, most important, significant transits of the year. Pluto entering Aquarius. All right, we starting off Aquarius season with some ish this year. Okay, speak about transformation and reinvention. I'm trying to not curse that much in 2024. I'm trying to honor that in my life. So a brother might be stuttering up here a little bit. I'm still working on my substitute words. All right, but don't worry about that. Pluto and Aquarius. All right, now with everything I'm about to say, guys, I need y'all to understand something about this transit. Pluto's not going to be officially stationed, all right, in Aquarius until November. It's going to go retrograde in May. So everything I'm about to say, we're going to get highlights and previews of it from now until May. When we get into May, that is going to be our grace period to be like, okay, Pluto wanted me to pay attention to this, get my hands on that, change this, transform that, reinvent this, analyze that within my subconscious. These are the things we're going to have to pay attention to in this period right now. So it's going to dibble and dabble in Aquarius. We get to May, retrograde. It's going to jump back into Capricorn a little bit. But by the time we get into November, game's on. Now, what does Pluto represent? What does Aquarius represent? All right, so we can understand how this combination of energy is going to influence us in our personal lives and influence the world, which Aquarius has a huge influence when we're talking about energies in the world. All right, Pluto, deep transformation, deep psychoanalysis, all right? Rebirth, death and rebirth energy, reinvention energy, transmutation energy. Now, why does Pluto represent all these influences? Because Pluto's aim when it's entering a space or entering a sign is penetrating the foundation to understand what one's attachments are, what one's desires are, okay? And once Pluto is able to identify these things, now we could start the transformation process because now Pluto understands what's holding us back from evolving in some type of shape or form. Remember, guys, Pluto is a long-term energy, all right? It just stayed in Capricorn for 15 years. It's projected to be in Aquarius till around 2043, 2044-ish, okay? So this is a long process when we're talking about reinvention and transmutation. We know these things, transformation ain't overnight in general, guys, but that's how Pluto gets to these traits of transformative influences because it's initiating, all right, is initiating you to understand your vices, your desires, your attachments, so we can work past them, so we can conquer them, and then we're reborn. All right, now what does Aquarius energy represent? Now that's my air sign cousin right there. So we already know they're gonna have a strong social presence and influence on relationship energy. But when we're looking at relationship energy when it comes into Aquarius, we're more so looking at relationships on a grand scale, on a societal scale. So there's going to be a huge influence on groups, communities, secret societies, all right, business partnerships, associates. This is also one of the more spiritually inclined signs in the zodiac. A lot of people don't even know Aquarius rules astrology, okay? But, you know, when we talk about Aquarius energy, they represent the individual free thinkers. So you may have a group, but then you have the individual thoughts within the group. All right. So one person may be a part of the group, but they still have their individual thought that's separate from all the other thoughts. That's Aquarius energy right there. Fixed air, your own fixed thought and mentality. So this is why Aquarius energy can manifest a lot of opposition in their life. This is why they can have a rebellious nature, okay? Because they are very prideful and willing to stand on their own ways of perceiving things, you know, in regard to what everybody else in the collective is doing. Okay, if Aquarius see everybody going right, they finna go left. Even if the right way is the right way to go. All right, they finna go left. And they're gonna finna learn on their own later. Like, damn, I should have went right. But shit, at least I feel comfortable. I followed my own way of doing things. I made a mistake on my own, okay? Aquarius energy in a nutshell. And let's not forget one of the most transformative signs in the zodiac, okay? Top 3 in my opinion. Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius. So you put a transformative planet like Pluto transiting a transformative sign like Aquarius, what can we expect? The most important thing everybody needs to understand is where Aquarius is at in their chart, because this is the area of your life that's going to be impacted the most from this transit. All right. Do you got Aquarius in the first house? Do you got Aquarius in the ninth house? All right. Do you got it intercepted in the 11th and the 12th? You need to know. All right. Because guess what? This area is going to be transformed. This area is going to be used to reinvent you. All right. There's going to be some power and control influences in this area. Because look, in your Aquarius house, you already having your individuality cultivated there. People already be challenging you there. All right. And they challenge you so Aquarius can see how well you can hone in on your individuality in that area. So Pluto's only going to add some intensity to that. Now, if you have Aquarius in the first, fifth, or the ninth house, in some type of shape or form, your creative or self-expression is going to go through the ringer. If there's any sense of fear, any sense of insecurity, any sense of inadequacy, family, the Spirit of the Lord is starting to get me talking about this transit. I don't got get my handkerchief. The Spirit of the Lord, listen, I mean, if there's anything holding you back from implementing your vision, your brilliant vision into the world, holding you back from starting something with a creative aspiration, Pluto finna put you through the ringer. We got it, because we got to get to the meats and potatoes of what's holding you back. What is a form of trauma? What is it? Pluto gonna figure it out. Trust me, it's gonna figure it out. And if you got anything in motion from a creative perspective, this is a time to make sure you don't let other people try to gain control over your creative property. All right. Aquarius in the second, sixth, or the 10th house, these are the earth houses. All right. When it comes into the intention that you always feel about how you can transform something in career, how you can establish something in career, right? If you feel restricted, if you feel, family, if you feel like you can't move where you're at in your sense of career, family, I told you the Spirit of the Lord is coming upon me. Pluto finna help you break out that cycle. Pluto finna help you understand how your individuality can transform how you build in this reality. But it's going to take some intensity for a lot of us to understand that if you got Aquarius in the earth houses, but this is going to be the area where you are going to be reinventing yourself. All right. Now, if you have Aquarius in the water houses, all right, the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th house, you about to just turn into Dr. Phil right now. You finna turn into Montel Williams, because when you this is about to be a real deep subconscious dive in your life. All right. And the thing is, when it comes into healing, we often need to talk to somebody else so we could get some energies reflected from another party. But we all have healing properties, self-healing properties within us. And Pluto's about to wake them up. Pluto's about to wake them up. All right. So you got to just understand your attachments and things dealing with what smothers or overwhelms your subconscious in general. Things dealing with boundaries, violations of your privacy, and your creative essence is also going to get sparked up around this time as well. And then we have my air houses, 3rd house, 7th house, 11th house. Now, it's going to be a double whammy for you guys if y'all got Aquarius in these houses, because Aquarius is the air sign, and the air houses are dealing with a social presence. So for these individuals, if y'all are experiencing anything in y'all lives where y'all allow yourself to get taken advantage of in relationships, you don't establish your individuality in your relationships, maybe your business partnerships or whatever they may be, the lack of being an individual in a social space, social environments, Pluto's going to create some intense situations so you can realize that you can't just be leaning and depending on the thought and influences of others. Okay? So it could be some intense relationship transformations in this area. Now, as far as how I see this energy influencing the world, I see some revolutions coming into place. To be honest with you, there's really no mild way to express this. Pluto has a huge influence on media and political propaganda. Corruption energy. Aquarius represents the infrastructure of the world. Aquarius has a lot to do with, political parties as well. So like propaganda is about to blossom into levels we probably never seen it. It's going to be a lot of revolution energy sparked. Aquarius also deals with the internet, various forms of communication and technology. So there's probably going to be new forms of censorship. You might have to start paying for Google. You better use it while it's free. All right. And don't forget that the sun is conjunct Pluto. So this weekend is huge when it comes into making revelations about what our attachments are and how we can transcend these things within this new chapter. I hope to see y'all at church this evening on my YouTube live stream so you can learn more about this transit, gang.